Hello, good morning. It's Miss Bennet here, welcoming you on a Thursday and also to your Thursday learning. Just want to start off by saying really well done. You're doing excellently with your learning, comments and posts. Keep it up, please. If you are able to do a comment or a little emoji on the main Otter class blog as a comment at the bottom, that'd be excellent, please. One thing to tell you about is that Miss Edwards has now got a Purple Mash login, so she'll be able to comment and see all your wonderful learning as well, which is excellent. Starting off, you've got a 9 times table super movers to get you active and going. The main maths for today is for year 4s, you have got factor pairs. Year 5s, you've got multiply a 4-digit number by a 1-digit number. As a little extra challenge, what I have included there is some arithmetic, addition of 2 4-digit numbers, and also you've got those same problem solving and reasoning slides which go underneath that as an extra additional challenge if you do wish to do it. You're doing really well with your maths work. I'm very pleased, so keep it up. Spellings, continuing on with your Unit 11, just to add in that you've got some of the pages from the Read Write Ink spelling books now, which is brilliant. So for today you've got a little bit extra, so you've got the dots and dashes, word changes and choose the right words. That's for Year 4 and Year 5. They're all copied into the spelling section now, and exactly the same as what you do in class. So you should be able to get exactly into the spelling rhythm with that again. Handwriting again, please keep that up. It's brilliant to see that as well, and it's good to keep up that handwriting stamina. So well done for doing that. Grammar is continuing on with the week's focus of apostrophes, but you've got some independent application questions now that I'd like you to do. Those are all linked in, and then the answers are also there for you to be able to go back and check and see, you know, where you could improve or where you've gone correct, which is brilliant. So moving on to the writing, fantastic creations yesterday in descriptive sentences. I wanted to start off by saying that, but your focus today is going to be haiku poetry. This is linked to the topic of Spirit of Japan. I don't want to give too much away because the resources and the links underneath tell you some more about haiku poetry, so do click on those, okay? The learning, the book that we'll be using today is this book called My First Book of Haiku Poems. It's a bilingual book, so it has both the Japanese version and the English version in it, which I think is really lovely to see. And I've given you some examples with related images to those for you to read. One thing to bear in mind is that you might read them in English and think, well, that doesn't follow the certain rule of a haiku poem. Well, in the native language, in the Japanese language, it would have the certain rule applied. And again, I don't want to give too much away. So that is why you may read the English and go, this isn't following the rule of a haiku. It does in the Japanese language. So do bear that in mind when you do create your own, but I thought it was lovely to be able to read and experience some traditional Japanese authentic haiku poems. So that's why I included them in. Now, over to you with your haiku poems. The main basis of today is inspired by your Ocean Meets Sky creations, or if you weren't too sure about those, you could take an image from Ocean Meets Sky that was on the yesterday's blog, or you could even go back to Tuesday's blog and take some inspiration from Urashima Taro to plan and think of your own haiku poems. And all the information is there in the class blog for you to look at, including a planning sheet to help you come up with some ideas, and just a haiku rules poster to help clarify those rules for you as well when you are planning. And the idea is maybe to try and create at least 3 haiku poems if you can do. That would be really lovely. And as you see, when you look at the examples, you'll see why I've said 3. Again, when you go through the rules and everything, you'll see what I've said there. So That's really exciting. I look forward to seeing those. For the Friday blog, I'll be asking you to write those up and publish them in Neat and check them and things like that, and see if there's any improvements you want to make. So don't worry about doing that today. This is just your ideas generation, your planning, gathering everything together and having a bit of fun creating some haiku poems. And then finally, onto your afternoon activities. Quiet reading, again, the importance of that is huge, and if you can find 5 to 15 minutes longer if possible to do some quiet independent reading, that would be excellent, please. Some further topic work now where you carry out your own research and information collection based on what questions and thoughts you had about Japan. There's some pages and links in there for you to use. I would highly recommend keeping to those links and to those pages, because otherwise you may go onto Google and you just search Japan and it can give you millions and millions of results, and it doesn't actually help you find the information you're looking for or how to answer your questions, and it might be a bit too more adult focused where there's too much language and it's overwhelming. So do use the pages and the links that I have put into the blog, please. Oh, what I was going to say, back to the haiku, I can't believe I missed this, it's looking straight at me. I thought of my own example to try and get you going. Again, it does give away a little bit to do with the rules and the length of the haiku, but I apologise. Here we go, I thought I'd share it with you now, based on my turtle creation. Silently, he moves towards the great beyond, never looking back. There you go. So as you can see, maybe by the length of that, as to why I'm excited to see multiple haiku poems from you. And the other thing I put at the end of your blog is to find out some more about Chinese New Year, to learn about which animal it is this year and why it's slightly different to our New Year. So I thought that would be really lovely in a different aspect and a different part of learning to look at, a cultural kind of part of learning. The one final thing I was going to say, I know some of you are structuring the day slightly differently, maybe doing other aspects of learning first rather than maths and things such as that. That's absolutely fine. As long as the main maths and the main English is being covered, it's absolutely fine, and it's completely understandable about changes to structures of day and having to do things maybe at different times of the day. If possible, I know it's really cold, but do try and get some fresh air as well if you can. And you're doing brilliantly, okay? It's Thursday, nearly Friday. Keep it up, and I look forward to seeing all your wonderful learning. Well done. Take care.